The report reveals that overtime payments at Gibraltar Industrial Cleaners have been consistently high for the past 6 years. Last year alone, overtime costs reached £1.1 million, making up 39% of total staff expenses. To put that in perspective, GIC's 38 staff members racked up more overtime pay than the combined overtime of the much larger Income Tax Office and Treasury Department, which together employ over 140 people. The highest earner, the refuse collection manager Neil Hayes, took home what the auditor called a staggering £172,500 last year, of which more than half, £107,000, was in overtime. At the heart of the problem is the company's finish and go policy. Under this system, workers complete their daily runs in as little as 2 hours, but are still paid for 10.5 hours. When covering for absent colleagues, they receive an extra 10.5 hours pay per run, even though the auditor says they could easily do 3 or 4 runs in a day within their normal hours without extra pay. Although each refuse collection team is supposed to include 5 employees, in practice only 4 go out on the run, while the 5th stays at home on full pay. The principal auditor calls this a recurring practice and describes it as scandalous and unacceptable. On public holidays, the situation becomes even more extraordinary. Workers are paid their usual 10.5 hours plus an extra 21 hours in overtime, meaning they're paid for 31.5 hours while only working around 2. In terms of basic pay, refuse collectors in Gibraltar earn about £42,300 a year, double the UK average. This is largely because their conditioned hours of work are set at 74 per week. That's twice that of other public sector workers. Mr. Sacramento concludes that conditioning these workers to 74 hours per week is flawed and erroneous, offering poor value for taxpayers. Looking ahead, the principal auditor comments on a new agreement announced in April between the government and Unite the Union. The government claimed it would save between £700,000 and £900,000 a year. However, the auditor expresses serious doubts, questioning how such savings can be achieved if workers' earnings are guaranteed to remain the same.